I believe we're live, ladies and gentlemen, 4:02 p.m. Canoga Park, California, 2LaneLife headquarters, studios, whatever you want to call it. And today we're going to be talking rain riding and sharing some stories from our weekend trip with the Laidlaw crew out to Arizona. So also, you know what? I forgot. This episode is brought to you by Eagle Rider Motorcycle Rentals and Tours.
And we do have a link for that on our website to get yourself a discount on the next time you need to rent a bike. Before we get started, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get back there and watch the video we dropped yesterday. Awesome, with Letitia Klein. Great series that was. We all had a good time. And I want to give a shout out to Justin, Galen's son. He just graduated from the firefighters. Here's a hat. He was when he was with the Huntington Beach guys, but he is now a firefighter with the Los Angeles City,
Really?
Right?
Well, Wednesday.
Real deal?
Or Thursday next week.
But he did it.
He's pretty much through. I don't know yet. He was supposed to jump for his job.
Oh, that you told me about that. So Galen
Yeah.
tells me he has to jump out of what, 4 stories?
4-story building into an airbag. So
I'm not doing that ever.
It's an airbag.
I haven't heard yet.
Well, anyway, congratulations, Justin. We're proud of you.
Well, thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
I kind of like, we just were live with thrashing and your son was getting all over the boys. So that's funny. But I kind of like having 2 lives because we get more beer that way.
Right.
Like, and Juan,
Juan left a little happy.
he left very happy.
Yes.
So before we get into this ride with Matt Laidlaw and his crew, which was great, by the way, I don't know that we've had as many positive comments over the last series than we've had on the Southern Comfort Tour.
For sure.
And I think yesterday's tended to be a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
Talking about her father's garage. She put it up on her page as well on her Instagram because she's pretty proud of that. But we had a lot of incredible comments, people thinking about their dads, the greasy WD-40 smells. And I think that was, what I took away. Not only did we have a great time during the ride and learning about the history with her, to watch the viewers watch and then hear their comments. Pretty powerful.
Well, it was a really good trip for all of us. I mean, all 3 of us had fun. Our wives loved it. I mean, Letitia, her family, we all hung out. Like you said, we spent many nights in their bar, the Dive in Cave City. And it was really a good time. So we've had 2 trips back to back where we've hung out in a zone for a while. And it's kind of been really fun.
Well, I mean, I consider myself a family man. You consider yourself a family man. They didn't have a lot of time with her dad. I mean, he died a little bit earlier. And so they've had to band together as 3 strong women. Right.
And they are.
Still remember and have the memories of what took place. But to see them forge through and her sister owns the store and she owns the bar and the building and ran for mayor, and her mom's always been a mainstay in their, and they've got this Smiley's Garage and the family history with the cave. I mean, it's definitely a series. If you haven't watched it, you should go back and watch the entire thing. It's got some real cool, and we're at Churchill Downs at the same time. Like who on motorcycles does that? Yeah,
I mean, it was great. And it's interesting, her upbringing and her family, I guess, because of her dad, that was all about motorcycles as well.
Well, and she even got her son into it.
Right.
So he rides as well. And Mike Wolf rides.
Right.
So her boyfriend. So it's great. And, we say it oftentimes, the community or where the 2 wheels have taken us. And that's just another adventure that we've gone on. And the wives would never have been in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Right.
Maybe on a plane or something, but never riding those back roads.
It wouldn't have that magic that it had because we saw things you probably wouldn't normally see. And it's like, I mean, that's why we love it. Motorcycles have changed our lives and they've been part of our lives, most of our lives.
Yeah.
One way or another, but it's getting out and riding and seeing America and seeing the country, seeing the world wherever you are. I mean, motorcycles are a global deal.
Well, and moving on, I'd like to thank the Lake Powell Chronicle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an incredible article there. We put it up on the story today. Maybe Josh, you could throw it in a link or something that people can jump into it and read it. But
that would be great.
It really speaks to what we're trying to do. And
Right.
I thought Doug, the reporter, captured what we're trying to articulate pretty well.
He did a
He
really
even
good
had a
job.
quote with Josh.
Yeah. So it's Lake Powell Chronicles. If you
Yep.
just Google that, the article's there. It's
Front
really
page,
cool. Yeah.
Shaking Hands with America is the title. It was a nice, front page article, and then continued on
Right.
page 9 or what have you, and pretty full length. So very, very cool. It's great to kind of see stuff like that in writing when we talk about it a lot with people face to face, but to actually have someone write about it, it brings it to me kind of full circle. Like, wow, this is what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. It's like when I read the story myself, it was like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, really? Whoa. All right. That's cool. I mean,
And that's his perception of it.
right. That's very cool. So we have that flag and Juan's patches, and that flag flew to Mosul. And there was another one that was sent in.
Yeah. Can you reach them? Stuck behind my mic.
And it
Oh,
actually
I
has
thought
a
you were gonna
combat patch, So again, thank you for sending in your patches and now it's flags, it's
So
challenge
what happened
coins.
was this guy ordered the derby cover,
Right.
and the wrong one was sent to him. And so we reached out to him quickly. He reached back to us. We sent him the derby cover and sent him a tag to send the wrong one back. And we didn't care to get the derby cover back before we got it. He could have kept it.
Right.
Right. But he didn't. And then we were talking over the phone, and he realized that we also do some work for the servicemen and women. And so he said, thanks for the excellent customer service. This is from John. I served 5 years and as an infantryman in the 82D Airborne. So here's a combat worn patch for your collection. See you down the road. So this was in combat. I mean, I get the chills holding it.
Right.
We really appreciate it. We appreciate the service that you provided, and thank you for everything that you've done for the country. And hopefully you can go back and also look at Juan's drop last week.
Yeah.
And if there's issues or challenges with PTSD, that we all figure that out together and get people, going on the right track, which is the motorcycle track.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You got incoming. Oh, that's Prima for me. I'll have to take that call in a minute.
So, wow. What a weekend.
Yeah, that was wet. A little bit of rain there, but it's different because we're so used to maybe having an hour of rain or 20 minutes of rain on and off throughout a day. But this was 2 straight days of nonstop. If you're on the motorcycle, it's raining.
You're wet.
Well, I'm going to say what a week.
What a week. It was
because Lance and I were called into Harley.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
Yeah. So we flew out last Tuesday. And the only day of the week that it decides to snow in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they closed the airport just after we landed. Sat in there for a few hours, ended up renting a car, driving 5 hours up to Milwaukee. We were able to see the 120th anniversary bikes.
Right.
Which, man, yeah.
January,
pretty spectacular.
I guess January 18th, they'll be able to see them.
We can't divulge any information, but pretty spectacular. So we did a little piece with them, flew back home, and then lo and behold, we had one day in the office, and then Friday, and then we were out. And so it was great. We had Shannon with us for his first ride with us.
Riding with Yogurt.
In a long ride. We've ridden around town before and up to a bike event, but we crossed the Arizona border, and from Arizona border down to Tucson, which is basically the entire state.
Right.
We were in rain for 4.5 hours.
And usually, I mean, we've ridden in a lot of rain. We've been in snow, we've been in mud, wind, all kinds of elements. But usually you're riding somewhere and you can see this big cloud, especially in the summer. It rains on you for 20 minutes and you take your gear off and you're rolling. But this was non-stop rain.
Well, and like you say, generally we're pretty good with it, and you can see, or somewhat see because it's daylight. But when the sun went down, and then it got very, very heavy, and you can see the semi trucks running through, puddles this deep and spraying you off with it as you're passing them by.
Right.
It really taxes the mind and the energy. You're so locked in. By the time we got to the hotel, I was tired.
Yeah.
And just having to pay so much more attention, watching for puddles, not really being able to see shit because your visor's getting all fogged up. And if you open it up, you're getting little needles to the face. I mean, I usually enjoy rain riding. And to be honest, I kind of did the following day.
Yeah.
After we had slept on it with the whole crew, everyone's going through the same thing. But then, like, when you get on, like, leaving Tombstone, for example, going in there, all right, we spent 3 or 4 hours in the rain in the morning, then you're in Tombstone or walking around. When it comes time to get back on the bike and it's pouring rain as you're putting your gear back on and this and that.
Wet gear.
It's like, okay, just give us a break. But, it was a good time.
Well, and some of those back roads, they're not pitched the right way. Like
Right.
they've had
you're
trucks
turning
running over
kinda-
them, and so you've got these longer puddles where there's an opportunity for kind of the hydroplane.
Well, the cool thing is we have so many years of riding and miles under our belt. The greatest thing about that, to make it safer, and we'll get into it more later on, but having the custom dynamic setup that we all have with our lighting, having the cardos we were able to keep talking and visually see light up the highway, which is in a safety factor. That's
all important. Our buddy Yogurt, I don't know if that's a DOT approved lighting
I
setup.
don't think it is.
But he'd be ripping behind me, kind of not in my blind spot. I knew he was there, obviously, because the lighting, but that brightness in the rear view with the rain, not a good combo. And kind of same for yours. If you were too close to me or whatever, and because those custom
when
dynamics,
he's running the high beam.
I know.
we
Well,
gotta
that's
have him shut
with the high
that off.
beams. He'll be like not a half mile, but a decent amount behind us. We'll be on the highway, and you just see him light up the high beams, and in front of you, these giant green signs are just lit up. I'm like, Lance, we know it's awesome, but it's like a little bright to have in your rear view.
But we had
when
12
he-
guys with us.
But when
This
he
is
says
true.
to us, his friends, well, they're doing it to me, so I'll just do it to you.
Yeah.
Is that a fair?
I wanted you to feel the burn.
We don't need. You're our buddy.
Burn
Like,
my
turn it
corneas
off.
out, asshole.
Those guys all were our buddies.
And what? Shannon's got like a 4 million lumen or something. I don't know what's going
Yeah, I
on
know.
over there.
But it's like yellow, and he's got all these other weird lights. I dig them; they're great.
Yellow's interesting on the highway.
Yep.
I mean,
Well, he's got yellow and red on the back too.
right. And purple. The little dot he's got in the little center going,
But probably not the safest conditions to ride in when it's light rain. I agree with you, Josh. I mean, I think if it's like chill and the clouds are kind of where they are, and you get that,
Yep.
the smells coming in. But
Or it's like, last year, Sturgis coming back home, crossing over the state line. It's hot and it was dry. And then all of a sudden you get 15 minutes of rain and then you're done. Like, that's
Yeah.
cool. You're like, oh shit, going through the rain. And then you dry off and you're good. But like, yeah, the constant effect of nonstop rain this trip was,
yeah, and it
something
wasn't
different.
warm.
It was not.
it's-
Right.
We're
Like-
definitely in winter now, and it's like, it.
So a couple things and this is not product pitch, but I loved the squeegee on the glove. So
big
and
time.
I think they're going to redesign a little bit of the glove, but because they sold out of a lot of them, it's
Right.
going to be a few months before they're back. But it was cool to be able to just thumb that squeegee across there. That
Mhm.
helped out immensely.
I mean, I don't know everything that you had on, but I usually wear my jeans, boots, jeans with
Long Johns.
long johns underneath it, a long sleeve shirt. I had my vest and I had this jacket and then the rain jacket over it. And I was warm, definitely warm. I didn't need more.
I think that was
And
the good thing. Like, even though it was chilly and raining, I was never like cold this trip. And all I had was a flannel, a hoodie, and a vest, and then my rain gear, and I was chilling. It was all good. Versus the last trip coming back from Page, I had, a shirt, a hoodie, a flannel, a thermal, an underlayer, long johns, pants,
And didn't
the
we have
whole suit, the
suit,
Michelin
yeah.
Man suits, and we're freezing. But it was 16
Well, you guys were
degrees.
freezing. I was toasty
Yeah.
warm. But at the end of the day, I mean, you have to think about that for a minute. What you're saying there. So there's this rain gear. What you're talking about was we left Page, Arizona at 25 degrees.
Right.
And when we got outside Kanab, about an hour outside of Kanab, it got down to 16.
Right.
That's when it got a little bit toasty cold, not toasty warm.
And we were doing our little calculations in there going, it's 16 degrees. We're going 90 to 100 miles an hour.
It had to be 8 or 9 degrees. Yeah. I don't know. No, but to your point about what we're wearing, and then we were with Matt Laidlaw and his crew.
Right.
The two of us had the Harley boot covers.
Yes.
Which I highly recommend. My feet were completely dry.
They are my favorite. You slip, and they're only half toe. So they come to here, you put it in, like cover your toe, and then it wraps around your leg. Easy on.
That's pretty clutch.
Yeah, easy on, easy off.
Someone
really
asked,
good. But
where's the Voodoo Rangers? So I'm going to drink that.
We were wearing the Thrashin' rain jacket and the Thrashin' pants, rain pants, and they're really good. They go on nice. They fit good. They have a really good wrist that tightens around your a Velcro strap, so you can get the sleeve so it won't blow up and get big. And with the gloves that go over it, that's awesome. I mean, if you pay attention to our 2LaneLife.com, we will eventually have it's
they're
coming
dropping
soon.
Mid-December, which is like a week from now.
Yeah,
so
we're going to have the full rain gear available on our website. So
this was actually one of the first trips that I swallowed my pride and put on rain gear when it wasn't raining,
right,
as well,
right?
Because like I'm a big hoodie and vest guy. That's one of my favorite combos, and there's only so many layers you can fit under a vest to stay warm. So on the last, at least on the final stretch, day 3, we weren't really getting any rain, but it was still pretty chilly, a little bite in the air. So just put that windbreaker / rain jacket on over under a vest, whatever it is, and that taking the wind off definitely helps.
Yeah,
I did find out that my boots, I've insulated waterproof Red Wings that have never failed me, but we've also never ridden in like 5 hours of straight rain. So my feet got a little wet. 5.
8.
What?
We did 11.
Yeah, but like per sitting or,
No, we did 11 day 2.
Yeah. Anyway, my feet were wet but warm, and I'm wearing booties next time.
So I just let the folks out there know that we're going to have rain gear available at 2LaneLife.com soon.
So there you go.
So put your foot up there so they can. So that's the Harley boot. See how he's got his heels out, but it's got the strap. This is a really good grip, and then it's open heel. But
where's your mic, buddy? Where's your microphone?
And
could you hear me at all or no?
I could. They could kind of hear you.
Lance would tell you to put this on first, then put your rain suit on. Because why?
Because if you have this above it, rain can get in the top of it and maybe go down.
And rain will find its way.
It does find its way. So if you put the pant on top of the boot, it's just like a roof. Water runs downhill.
Right?
Oh, Ralph said, need that rain gear when it drops. I'll swing through. Ralph, you might have something else too, because I had a nice box show up.
Does it say large in there? You look at the tag?
So that I'm a 10.5 shoe. That's a large.
Yeah, I'm a 10. I had a large.
But that's a must-have.
Yep.
Shannon, the second day, rode with gloves that were, what did he call them?
Chemical gloves.
Chemical gloves that were longer, that went up over his jacket.
They went up
they
over
were
here.
Rubber gloves.
Yeah, they were like a factory worker.
Yeah.
A chemical kind of. I got a pair of those off Amazon too for like $10.
Yeah. So that if you have a glove on, any glove, if it's the Thrashin' water glove, if it's you want to wear a different leather glove, and you get one of those just big rubber Playtex wash the dishes glove, easy on, you're going to stay dry.
But fortunately,
they're out of stock. But I wore the Thrashin' waterproof glove.
The Missions, yep.
And to tolerate that much rain and keep my hands still warm,
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
I've actually adopted those as my pretty much full-time gloves right now because the gauntlets weren't really my deal. I like these just the way they fit a little better, and I'm not always rocking that thrashing hoodie with the little hook. So with these, the Mission waterproof gloves, you can actually put them over your cuff, tighten them. Obviously, they keep way more wind off your hands than the just.
I really like
or,
those, and I enjoyed them. But I also really like the insulated gauntlet that we've had for a few years now. Those are good too.
So in terms of the riding, since I'm generally up front, I take on lots of the moisture from the cars in front. So one thing that we definitely run is a rain sock.
Yes.
Right. You gotta cover that filter, because we've had times, I've had it on my old CBO. Luke had it on his bike where it starts bogging and popping, and because you're getting too much water in through the intake. And so that's key. Staying off the paint is key.
Yeah.
Picking a line and staying with the line is key. Not braking hard is key.
Not panicking.
Do not panic. We had one of the guys with us when we were on the road from Tombstone out to the 10. He had his RDRS, he had the rain on, he had the whole thing, and he hit one of those longer patches of water, and the bike flipped around on him a little bit, but he's able to save it.
He said he hit something like him and Eric both hit something smooth, like something physical, not just water. And yeah, it kind of sent them.
Maybe they went over some plywood or plastic or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to keep your eyes open. I'm searching for those dry lines where you can actually see the concrete or the pavement. And definitely staying off the paint and never hitting the brakes as hard as you can. It's like gear down to slow down, throttle down to slow down.
Well, another thing to keep in mind as well, we were on some 2 lanes and even highways that had not a lot of traffic on them as we got deeper out of the places in the cities, but we ride tight and we can be closer to cars. And if there's water coming off them, just back off, keep your distance, get away from it, even if you give yourself room on the bikes, because the bikes actually spray too, but it's the thing that gets you is the trucks. When you go by on the side and they hit a puddle now.
Well, we were coming out of Tombstone and our buddy over here was getting a little bummed out that Altima was riding a little close to the yellow lines and spitting up water. And here I am behind, there's the car, there's you, then there's me, and you're spitting up as much water as the car. So I should have been yelling at you. Right?
I'm not spitting up as much water as the car. There's no way.
Absolutely. You got a 180 in the rear. You got a 180.
I was 1/5 of 1 degree of 1% of the rain.
Yeah, well, hey.
I was more bummed that he's just riding a line and like totally in the water. Like pick a line and get the hell out of the way. So what did I do?
What did you do? We passed him. Passed that sucker.
So we had 12 bikes with us. We had Matt Laidlaw and all the guys that work there, and they're really, hey, look at that. We got really a good group of people. Everyone was positive. Everyone was happy. Cameras were going. We captured it all. I mean, next Wednesday, the first drop of that, it's going to be 2. The first drop is amazing of us. It'll be fun. You'll see us in the rain in Tombstone.
What were you showing and where was that signed?
Well, this was signed in the Oatman Hotel, which has probably hundreds of thousands of dollar bills up on the wall. Everyone signed one, stapled it up on the wall, and I figured, you know what, it'd be kind of cool to have everyone from the trip sign another one. So I just ordered a frame to frame this and put it on the wall up in this bitch.
Well,
come on.
I put a $1,000 bill. I signed and I hid it. I stapled it in a secret spot. If anyone can find it before I get back to claim my own money back,
they can have it.
They can have it.
How did you earn that single? Don't ask.
Earn my beers.
Don't ask.
Yeah.
So what?
Hey, that would be a good giveaway single.
I ain't giving this away.
No, we're not giving that away. That's framed in the office.
Yeah. Hell no.
So, talk to me. We got comments. What's up?
Oh, we got comments. We got Mad Mac in the house saying, blows my mind seeing experienced riders on the paint in the rain. Stay off wet paint. That's right, Mad Mac.
Yes.
We got Ray Shoemaker in the house from upstate New York. And let's see. Ralph Hammond, love the boys at Laidlaw's. Excellent operation over there. Laidlaw is a magnet for rain lately. I was actually watching they did that PCH run in the rain. Seems like that's the case.
Well, I think didn't he blame the rain on us?
I
Maybe.
I think he said it was
Maybe.
us that brought the rain on this one, but hey, you know. So we left California, went into Arizona, we bolted down to Tucson with what, a 500-mile day?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went from Tucson we passed Tombstone, went to Bisbee, had breakfast, came back into Tombstone, spent some time there. And then from Tombstone to Jerome was another big day. And a lot of rain in those days. That was the rain days.
Yeah, but we had to change our plans, and I'm really bummed about that because it looked like there was no rain in Tucson and looked like there was no rain in Phoenix. And so we decided, because we were headed up to Safford, we were going to go to Payson. We were going to get up into Jerome, that direction, go around get to Jake's Corner.
Yeah.
A lot of cool things that we missed. But we decided to take the interstate back up to Jerome. So that means go up through Tucson, back through Phoenix, take the 17, get up through Cottonwood Valley, and then get into Jerome that way. And so what we missed was all this back road stuff. And at the same time, when we got into Tucson, it was raining harder than it was when we left.
Right.
So it was not, for me, I was over it. I was like, this is, there's no place to really, we couldn't just stay somewhere and wait it out because we've got a trip to make.
Right.
And I was just kind of done with it. It was like, I don't mind when it's light rain, but when it's heavy or when it doesn't stop, like Jace was talking about this on the way back from Texas or on the way home to Texas. He tried to get under an on-ramp, an overhead thing so that he could dry out, and it just wouldn't stop. And it's like, for that day and a half, the whole state of Arizona where we were
was wet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We just couldn't get out of it.
But the beautiful thing is the next morning we get up. So this is a surprise too. We're like, all right, we're going to get up and it'll be great. We walk out of the Grand Hotel in Jerome up on this hill, and we're in a big fog bank.
Yeah, we were going to spend the morning there, have some breakfast,
fly the drone
it, and
so
it was a fog bank. But
after that,
5 minutes over the hill,
it opened up, and the day was
Spectacular.
awesome. We got to go through Seligman and Oatman and Hackberry, and it was Kingman.
Yep.
A lot of great
amazing
stuff.
sunset on the way into Needles, and then we're in 34-degree weather coming across the desert,
Right.
which was another great thing.
But that teaches us, it educates us, it makes us better for the next trip, right?
I think it says don't do that again.
We'll be doing it again.
Because now what's really funny, we've been riding for so long together, and we've never, like, one of the pictures that we had a few years ago, you're in your 3/4 with just a mustache. I've got a beanie on with a brain bucket, and it's snow and it's cold, and all we ever do is layer up.
Right.
And it's served us well. But like Matt, he's got,
I think it was
heated shoes.
Yeah, heated insoles,
heated soles. He's got heated pants. He's got heated
gloves,
We're gonna have
jacket.
to ask him about that, because I didn't even think about that. He was just over there.
He's just chilling, like, yo. He had
No big deal.
3 windshield wipers on everything. He had some training wheels that came out to keep him stable in the.
Well, Nick Culver was wearing the jacket, one of the jackets that we were wearing for the Pan America trip,
Right.
where it has a ton of layers in there. It has like a water shell underneath the first layer or whatever. But I was looking at him, and like it was just kind of like all uniform and nice. But that's just a really big jacket to bring
Matt
versus
had
the rain
jacket,
gear. Well, Matt had the heated.
but
Yeah,
he had
he-
the jacket I had.
Oh, he did over it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But I'm gonna be looking in the heated gear, maybe testing it out.
Now you
We'll
have
see.
had heated gear.
Well, I had a shitty Amazon vest that you plug into a portable charger. It was like $18, and it was not good.
No.
Um,
In fact, I
Well,
think there's health issues now.
There's
because of it.
no, we've been riding without heated gear forever. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be great to have it, but I can't picture, you know,
But we've been called rubs. We might as well just get it.
Might as well embrace it and just spend some more
Stay
coin.
with it. Like
I know.
well,
we
I
could
want
even
to,
wear it into a nice steak dinner.
I want to see anyone that has said that we are a rub go out and do that trip with us that we just did.
That was gnarly.
And I'll buy you a shot
Yep.
at the bar.
Whoa.
Oh, we got some history here. So Jose Tahirna was saying y'all need to do a Terlingua, Texas run. And Ralph, the chili historian that he is, said Terlingua, Texas is the birthplace of the chili cook-off.
Wow.
Oh.
Yo,
Terlingua or Terralingua?
Terlingua.
Terlingua.
Yes, sir. Do we have any questions from the awesome people out there checking out the live? You know what's funny is we were so geared up because of doing the little live with Thrashin that you're in the office doing phone calls and orders at like 3:59 and 30 seconds. We had no plan for the live. It was all right, press a button, start, we're good. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
Just autopilot, just doing the damn thing, enjoying it, winging it. It's a good
hanging
time.
out with our big family out there in
Yes.
this world.
Arcast says, when is that video coming out? So yesterday we dropped the final episode of the Southern Run, the Kentucky Run at Smiley's Garage with Letitia Klein. This next upcoming Wednesday is episode 1 of the Run with Laidlaw, where you're going to catch quite a bit of rain. And it was like a little mix. We did our normal, good stuff with the camera. We had a lot of selfie GoPro stuff. My little camera that I use for those real buttery smooth riding shots does not like the rain. So switched it up, use this, but we got a nice little perspective talking to people at gas stations, this and that. I am really enjoying it.
Well, it's just the riding looks really epic.
Yeah.
So what do you think? We're getting 2 out of it, right?
Oh, we're definitely getting 2 because this first one's like 23, 24 minutes.
How do
Yeah.
you know the writing's good?
When he was editing, I walked in, looked.
I'm
Great
staying
I
out of
was
stuff.
sitting here last night and you watched it.
No, I had to go last night. Didn't watch it. Laura said, "Let's go."
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm
that
not
the
getting
phone?
it is the phone.
That's the phone.
I'm gonna get the phone.
Yeah.
So look, there's always a good time when you're having, a group of people go out there. People weren't complaining about it. We just gathered our thoughts and rode through it. And then we'd have lunch and have a good time. And I think we showed some of the guys on that last day some spots that they've ridden by, some of them before, but have never stopped. So when you stop at like a Cool Springs or a Hackberry,
Right.
or in Seligman and have dinner or lunch at, Roadkill, or I think it brings a different perspective to
I agree.
the riding and not just running by everything. And sometimes we do that, like we're just on a mission to go, and we miss a few things. And so it was good to see them, and it was nice to hear them say, like, hey, we stop at these places and a bunch about it. Like
Right.
both of us, we were
Right.
talking about this and that, and the smoke signals from the Indians to tell the others they're ready to trade. And
Right. Well, Matt and Mickey came up to us a few times and said, "Hey, I love that you guys know about these spots, and it's really cool." But I was really stoked with how happy Matt was to see these places. I mean, he was really like Hackberry and Cool Springs, and pretty much everyone in the group has never gone from Cool Springs to Oatman over
the Arizona Sidewinder.
Sidewinder. But what's their official name? Sturgraves
Oh, Sitgraves Pass.
Sitgrave.
Yep. What I thought was really cool too is, I've become, or maybe always was, a bit of an old soul. I appreciate the history as a younger guy and seeing all these places. So for me, it was cool to see like Andrew and Brandon and all these kids that are closer to my age be like really engulfed in the history and really want to hear what you guys had to say and just stoked on stuff. And we're sitting at lights and they're bumping, Johnny Cash and some good music. And it was a good group of guys.
Yeah.
To your point, what was that dance you were doing in Seligman?
Was I dancing in Seligman?
Yes. So we stopped to maybe pick up a shot, and Andrew had Route 66 playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the
Get
dance
your
on camera,
kicks,
but you guys
and
will
then
see it.
What dance is that called?
Get your kicks on Route 66. What
No,
was it?
but I thought you had a name for your dance.
I've never done that dance.
He was doing the
Well,
two-step
you're doing
boogie.
something like you called it the blender or something. I don't know what it was.
The 2-lane boogie. You'll
Right.
see it in Laidlaw's video. I don't think we'll have that footage, but we were jamming out.
So yeah,
It is-
we did a collab with them. It's going to be, they're going to have their version of the video. We have our version of the video.
Yep.
It's going to be really great. But I want to touch also on a lot of us had modular helmets. Our crew here, we run the Bell modular. It was great in the rain. It was this helmet I had on was really good. I didn't let
time.
water in. I liked it.
Let's
So-
see. We got the Traveler saying, just have to say I downloaded your podcasts and listened as I flew all freaking day from CA to Bama. Even though I've listened before, they were cool to re-listen. So yeah, for anyone out there
Yeah,
that's
thank
listening
you.
or watching, we also upload
Thanks.
these to Spotify. It's a little bit delayed, maybe a couple days apart, whatever, but you can sit down, enjoy it, drive, ride, whatever it may be, and check her out.
Yeah, we need to get all
I mean, we're good now. They've
Oh,
been
we're good.
dropping every couple of days.
awesome.
Yeah, Jay doing the sprinkler. That's right, Michael.
Yeah, I don't know that it was. I think it was the blender.
It was like a book. I was like kicking and screaming and just wilding out.
It's called the birthing.
The birthing.
The
Ah.
birthing
Whoa.
dance.
Ralph says, loving the new bike culture coming out of Southern California. Lots of chill folks out there.
Awesome. Thank
guys
you.
are-
You know what's really cool? I want to bring it up before I forget. The Thrash and Rain gear comes in a little satchel. So when you're done with
Like
it,
a
you roll it
drawback.
up. We travel all the time with these, their jacket and the pants. They have their own little bag. They hardly take up any room in your saddlebag. So that's cool too, because you should travel with it all the time in case it rains.
Yes. Oh, we got Archon 13 saying Laidlaws and 2-lane videos are the best on YouTube. That's actually the guy that was on Thrashin's live, just putting out some very
Oh.
interesting.
Oh, the comment.
I love those. Those are the
Yeah.
best.
Archon
Hey, drop a couple in here. You can roast me, Archon 13.
Yeah, roast.
I'll read them out loud.
13.
So after Laidlaw, so we've got two coming, right? Then
Yes.
what?
Then we have the Page Arizona series, which I'm definitely stoked to get to. There's a lot of footage, tons of footage, the most footage.
Well, think about it. We not only did our motorcycles, but we were on UTVs. We shot guns.
Yeah.
We did all
We
kinds
shot-
of fun stuff.
AK-47, MP5. You shot a Thompson, Tommy gun.
Yep.
We shot mine. We shot all kinds of stuff.
We
And
had fun.
we did have a lot of fun.
Well, I hope people. Why did we do this?
We wanted to showcase how the town of Page, Arizona is alive and well. The lake is alive and well. It's 400 feet deep. There's canyons. We wanted people to see, don't stop going there. And if you see the news and they say, oh, the lake's going away, it's gone, and you wanted to go there because we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I hope what people take from this is it's not like this. This is more about a story about a town.
It's not like
Absolutely.
what? One more time.
I mean, it's more about a story about a small town, and we're trying to showcase some of these smaller towns, and I think people that watch this should tell their friends to watch it, because what's happening in this country sometimes is these towns are being forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
and Route 66, what 100th year is in what 2 years? Yeah,
2026.
right. So
Is it 26?
well, we'll come into the end of the year. So
yeah.
So it's amazing to me that, that these places have been forgotten. Like to see the Laidlaw crew sit there and go, wow, we were just on a road that was built 100 years ago.
Right.
That was the only way to get from Illinois to Southern California.
Right.
And we're riding it on two wheels. And we're sitting in Page, Arizona saying, this town was just incorporated in like 1953.
Right.
It's not an old town.
No.
And the town was really built because the dam was put in place.
Right.
And to see Ada Hatch at 81 years old, who's been a teacher there most of her adult life, do a headstand on the floor and talk about how incredible the town
Right.
is and the history of it. This is something that should not be forgotten. And I hope when people watch our drops, when we do these documentaries, they're telling other people to watch them, because just like with Letitia today
Yeah.
or yesterday, I mean, it's a tearjerker.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
great stuff.
It's raw emotion, and we're pulling that out of people that we don't really have deep, long-standing relationships with. And so sometimes what we're doing is trying to tell the story that we think is plausible and is important. And I'm not saying we're not getting views on them, but I would love people to spend more time looking at this stuff, because it's not all about us. It's about these towns, and it's about their stories.
Well, the cool thing is we're in these towns and you meet these people, and here we are. We were told that there's no way you can get on the dam or be in the dam. The next day, we are in every inch of the dam. They're opening the floodgate on one of the tubes for us. We're in a UTV for free with a guy. You'll see him and his company. We were shooting machine guns for barely zero cost. You meet these people, and they're so open and they're warm, and they want to tell their stories. They want to share their adventure with us.
And I think that's the coolest thing in being in not just Page, but small towns in general, is like there's been so many circumstances where we've stayed in a town to film these more documentary series style things. And like by the second or third day, everyone knows you're there.
Right.
Everyone knows who you are. They want to talk and meet you and tell their story, and like being able to capture that on camera is even better. But yeah, like you said, everyone just became very open to the idea. And the last day on the boat, that was one of the coolest things ever. We had something lined up. It fell through. We called one of the first people we saw. Initially, he was like, well, you can use the boat. And then we met him. He was some chill surfer dude from San Diego. I'll take you out for half an hour. Then it was an hour. Then we're out there for like 3.5 hours seeing on the open water. He was saying, for the most part, the last day is Halloween, that most people hit the water. And it was empty. There was no one out there. We saw a couple boats, got to do some great filming, see the dam from another perspective. And it was just really cool.
Well, so Lake Powell Chronicles. Google that, Lake Powell Chronicles, and you can see the story on the front page.
I'll put the link in there again.
It doesn't happen just by we walk into a town and we say, hey, we're here.
No, for sure.
I mean, we're planning this stuff. And so I would hope that people, when they watch this, realize that we're giving them some gems, right? Because you're talking to people that own restaurants. You're talking to historians. You're talking to people this guy that ran the boat. He didn't have to offer his boat up to us. And he's like, look, can you run a boat? And I'm like, yeah, we can run a boat. Well, take it out then. But he ended up coming with this, like Josh said, because he's like, I understand what you're trying to do. And it's important that people understand about this lake.
And we did an interview with Lake Powell Paddleboards.
Yep.
So that was great too. So it's UTVs, it's paddleboards, it's boats, it's mountain biking, adventure, Horseshoe Bend.
It's a surprisingly bomb chicken place.
Yes.
That was
so good.
That was bomb. For those watching, I'm going to put a couple of Archon 13's comments up.
Okay.
I'm dying over here.
What's he got?
He is roasting Josh Brown, the winner of the Thrashing
Still
giveaway.
Roasting him?
Yeah. I told him to.
Archon, roast one of us.
I know. That's what I was saying. You can roast me because I'll put it up on the screen.
Get roasted.
All right. So the first one, Josh Brown is the type of guy to pee on the toilet seat. Josh Brown wears tactical pants. What else we got? Josh Brown talks over you during a conversation. What else we
give
got?
One to me.
Oh, we got Nick Culver in the house. I don't know who's
Nick.
slandering Josh, but I bet he's fat. Different Josh, but I told him to slander me, Nick. And I did mention your very spiffy suit from the trip. Josh Brown, whoa, this one's dirty. Bad. Josh Brown doesn't use his blinker.
No.
These are the type of insults that really make you,
You know
think
that
about your
guy.
life. I do know that guy. Josh Brown litters in nice places. All right, 2 more. Josh Brown wipes front to back. 1 more. I'm going to pick it. There's too many comments on here. Anyway, thank you for those. That was very funny.
But can he do one for us?
I'm
Like,
wait-
get
oh.
one for you, one for Lance, and one for me.
Josh Brown is the type of guy to slam your car door. Josh Brown wears a thong. Josh Brown's mother wears combat boots.
He could keep it just a Josh Brown.
Yeah,
No,
come
that's
on.
cool.
Just give one each.
Oh,
Come
man.
on.
Well, Scott Lynn says, I love riding through the small towns and seeing all of the old buildings. That is cool. Like
Yeah.
Lowell, for example, right outside of Lowell, outside of Bisbee. They've got a cool little strip out there where he almost got hit by a car while filming. That was great. Josh Brown has a 539 credit score.
So if you're
low.
if you're in Bisbee and you head out of town away from Tombstone, you're going to see 2 giant craters in the earth that are copper mine diggings.
Insane.
And right out of there, it's very close. It's in 5 minutes, and you're in Lowell, which is really awesome, old town, funky stuff. Old Harley stores, little cool, but it's very small. But there's the Bisbee Breakfast Club, and they have good breakfast.
Miguel Chavez says, you guys became like this nice guy, Huell Hauser, the California's Gold Riders. You inspired me to ride, and I took some of your roads already. Just love to see you guys.
Fantastic.
Love it.
There was another one where he said, I lost it, but he said something along the lines of, oh, here we go. Rich Tidrick said, look, you guys are the reason I moved to Carson City, Nevada for all of the riding and weather. That was my very first trip with these guys.
Yes.
We went up through like Bishop, 395 area, then up through the Kit Carson Pass, South Lake Tahoe, Carson City. I froze my everything off, and it was amazing.
He didn't have any gear. Right? I
didn't know what rain gear was. I had no idea
but-
what motorcycle touring even was. And they're
But
like,
that's
we're not
one
going
of
to hit
those
rain.
things where we looked at the weather
Yep.
and it was supposed to
Right.
be fine.
Right.
So we're in 30 degrees, and I'm just wearing a soaked hoodie, soaked jeans, soaked shoes,
And he's
soaked
on a
gloves.
Yamaha with
I'm
no
on a damn
fairing.
Yamaha with
I mean,
nothing.
I didn't even bring my lower rain gear.
Yep.
I just had the top on.
And think about it. On the way home, we're at nighttime on the 99 and 5 out in the middle of California, wintertime. He's just on there with no fairing, no.
Yeah, but that was nice. We stopped. We got a great sunset, but that Kit Carson Pass was like this 11-hour rain thing. Just wouldn't stop.
Right.
I mean, the only thing I could think was like, we can't, like turning around wouldn't have even solved our problems because we would have had
No,
enough,
you had to
3
keep-
hours back that way in
Right.
rain and snow. And then if you stop, you're screwed. And so you might as well just keep going forward.
I
That was a
even
very
tried to-
nice life lesson.
I even tried to start a fire off the side of the road.
Right.
Literally.
Nick Culver got one.
Well,
Josh Brown got rejected from his backup school. Oh, another one from Archon. Josh Brown is the type of guy to tell you he could have got it cheaper elsewhere. Yeah, don't shop with us.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to read that out loud.
I mean, that's we ride all year round, and if you're out on a trip and get caught in the weather, it's part of the adventure. And you know what? Some of our best trips and some of the things that we talk about the most is what happened with bad weather. It's that, like when I was a river guide, if someone fell out of the raft, they had the story to tell when they went home, you know? So we have stories.
We
let's
have
see.
lots of really good stories without weather. Like
We do.
really good.
Yes.
Josh had the repeat kindergarten. And now it feels like me, not Josh Brown, but you know
That's
what? Maybe
good.
I did.
What
Maybe
about
not.
Galen? What about
Yeah.
Lance?
All right,
No, just
we're going to
do
open up a
Galen.
new section to the live show where you roast us and we read them out loud. So come on. We need
Maybe
some
that's
real
what-
roast
We
for
don't
the
have
three
any
of us.
keyboard warrior stuff.
I know we did the Keyboard Warriors Cup where we started to read some kind of ridiculous comments from our channel and our sport coats and music, and it was funny. And then we just started to realize that we have no more negative comments, which is kind of good. Also,
So did it work?
it might have worked. Josh, you need a necktie like Rodney Dangerfield. No respect.
Yes.
No respect.
Yeah, you did that in the most recent video. You'll see it
Oh.
because we're talking about yogurt. No respect, blinding us. It's all good. Josh Brown is the guy who drives his car to bike night. Hey,
it was another interesting thing about this trip. We've had camera troubles on our normal trips.
Yeah.
We're in the rain, getting drenched, pummeled, and our mics worked when we did talk videos while we were riding. They were great.
Yeah. Here's one for you, Lance. Lance was fired from his Santa Claus job because he wasn't authentic enough. All right.
I'll take that.
Josh Brown is the type of guy to order chicken at a steakhouse.
We've done
A
that.
very good steakhouse.
We're going to a steakhouse tonight.
Yes.
We are. Josh is now part owner of this company.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Uh-huh. That's right. Thank you guys for making this happen, making it possible. And yeah.
So now I'm going to kind of do a little sorrowful plea. Like, Josh won't make any money if people don't buy our parts.
Because now I'm an owner. You guys have to go to 2LaneLife.com and spend parts because I just bought a new motorcycle. And how am I going to pay for it if you guys don't support? Yeah, but now I feel like one of those YouTubers who's asking for coffee money. So I'll go into debt. No, I'm kidding.
Go into debt.
I'll go into
You want a
debt.
gas card?
I'll take a gas card.
I'll give you a gas
Screw
card.
it. I'll take a gas card, whatever. Thank you, Tango 165.
Whoa.
Yo.
What Tango 165
He said that's very cool. Congrats on the news. Congrats. Thank you. Also, we did have some questions earlier about something along the lines of my front end of my motorcycle.
Oh, what is the
We
deal?
might as well tell them a little bit now. My FXRP fairing has actually showed up in the mail. So we're going to do a test fit. We're just waiting on some mounting hardware. And we're going to mount it up to the Road King. We kind of held it up yesterday. Oof, it looks gangster. It's the look I've been going for this whole time for the Road King. And someone also mentioned here that would have been nice to have for this past rain ride. So yeah, we're going to mount that up, going to test it. Then we're going to send it off for paint and then get it back and mount it up. And that's going to be the dream bike. All done, ready to go. And
That'll be fun. Didn't you and I got bikes that they came with fairings, right? We just got to hang out and ride them.
yes,
Not lowers. I had to figure
I had to
those
put
out.
lowers on. Yeah.
Hey, while we're here,
Thank you, Rich. Rich said he spent some money on parts today. You are welcome. So thank you,
Yes,
Rich.
yes,
We
thank you,
genuinely
Rich.
do appreciate the support as a small business, just trying to make our way in this motorcycle world.
so we were in Tellico Plains at the Tellico Lodge,
Uh-huh.
and there's a group that sent us a picture
Yep.
in the garage with the 2LaneLife hand-drawn Lance Corey signature deal. And we said, you'll get a gift. I can't find that message anywhere.
No.
They're out of Hawaii.
I think they commented on YouTube also.
So we need to find that.
Yeah.
So if you're watching or listening or what, reach back out to us because we need to get you a pair of gloves.
Yep. And
Wow.
Ralph Hammond, I guess, is waiting anxiously because he's going to buy my Deadwood Green fairing because he got a Deadwood Green Road King.
Oh,
Here he is. He's just waiting.
perfect.
Well, once that happens,
Yes.
I'm guaranteed by him
Okay.
to get some Chili Verde.
Yeah. I told him
Uh,
instead of buying the fairing, you can just give me a year supply of Chili Verde.
Chili Verde Chile. Right? He
Yep.
calls it the green chili. Ralph, help me out.
Wait, what?
He's going
I
to
was
give
reading
us green
comments.
chili,
Okay.
Chili Verde chili.
He also said he was going to bring some fish because he's a
he said-
fisherman.
yeah.
Well, Galen
Um,
won't like that.
Let's see. Neil
No,
DeWitt
but you
said,
guys can,
I love my 84 FXRT till I had my accident. Now it's just as good, but not original. Yeah, I miss my 86 FXRS.
Well, anyone out there that sees when Josh's bike is
Oh.
done and it's all really
Ooh.
bitchin' looking, we will be selling these
We
fairings
will
as
be.
well.
And there's a very nice list of people waiting that are very pumped to rock it. And it's just so, like, even though it did take a little longer than we expected, it was for good reason. They were test mounting, they're making tweaks, on all sorts of things so that if you have a Road King or if you have any other bike that they made it for where it's a direct bolt-on kit, you don't have to do as much customization as you would with some of the other competing brands because It is specific for that bike. Super clean fiberglass lays. Comes with all the right mounts. And you were looking at it too. It didn't even look that. Just put the headlight relocation, bolt on a few things, boom, you got FXRT fairing.
Pretty simple.
FXRP. Yeah.
What are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking the Voodoo Ranger new, just the IPA. That's it. That's all it's called. It's one of my favorites. And Jake came in earlier and asked, "What do you got?" Which one
I've
is
got
that?
the Voodoo Ranger Experimental IPA,
Experimental,
which
Whoa.
I think is really good too.
I'm digging it. It's
and
nice.
It's by New Belgium, right? Thank you, New Belgium.
All right. Our
Thank
next
you.
round of Josh Brown comments. Nick Culver says, Josh Brown is the type of guy not to know what an FXR is. Yeah,
Oh,
most definitely. Josh's best sound system is an 8-track. Yes.
whoa.
Josh Brown is the type of guy to tell a Sportster rider to get a man's bike. Yeah, that's not really cool, Josh. Josh Brown does not like Josh's fairing. Wow, I already don't like this guy.
Wow.
All right. So
All right.
did we cover enough of the rain gear? Everyone got to hear what they needed to hear about rain gear? And
Yeah,
I think
we're at
so.
4:58.
Yeah, we're at 55 minutes. Do we have any other questions from the beautiful people
And
of
like I say,
Life?
next go back and watch tonight when you're at home, or turn on YouTube and check out our Southern tour with Letitia. Watch the episodes. The last one that just dropped was really fantastic, very emotional, very nice. But next week we got 2 episodes coming of rain and riding with Matt Laidlaw and his team, and fun group of guys. I know we're going to do another trip with them at some point here. And then after that, the dynamic trip to Page, which was really awesome.
The dynamic trip to Page.
Yes.
Why are you laughing over there?
Trevor Crane, Archon said, Josh Brown claps when the plane lands.
Oh boy,
I'm losing with it.
perfect.
We got to have a podcast where all we do is read this guy's comments. What a legend.
we'll invite him back on, and he can.
Right.
Well, why does he come into the studio?
I know.
Where
Let's
you
see.
at?
but
Where-
we can
where's
do-
he
Yeah, where
located?
you at, Archon? There was a question, and I don't know where it went. It disappeared, but it had something to do with 2020. Oh, there we go. Jose Tahirna, 2023 trip plans.
Oh, every month there's a trip that's on the books.
We're working on it.
So it's anywhere. I can just give you a sneak peek on one. We're going to be doing a Liberty Bell tour, riding around Philadelphia and checking history and stuff there. But there's tons of stuff. I mean, if anyone's brave enough to get to the 120th at Harley-Davidson, we're probably going to be there too.
Yes, sir.
So we've got the Liberty Bell tour. We've got a Southern States tour that we want to do, and maybe do Daytona in the spring. We've got Street Vibes. We've never been there, which is up in that Carson area. We've got Northern California slated, which is, we've been up the coast. We've never filmed north of like Carl's Carmel. So we've got that slated.
But
We've
what was
got
the redwoods we rode in with the wives up in the mountain up there? How far
Palo
was that?
Alto. So that's over to, but we've talked about like Lake Shasta. We've been up through Eureka and that. So we're trying to get that direction in Northern California. We have written in a Canadian tour. I don't know if that'll happen or not. So the places we have not ridden in the U.S. right now are really the southern states and Pennsylvania and that kind of area up there.
The
as well.
Carolinas up the coast that way.
We got into North Carolina, so it counts.
Well,
But so we've got a few places and spots that we'll be at. We'll probably do something with Eagle Rider as well. We'll be at the 120th. We got Sturgis. So the calendar's full.
every month we have something going on. But I was really excited to hear today. I looked at the Sierra Nevada right now in the Northwest is getting so much snow. Mammoth is buried right now.
Really?
The Sierra Nevada is about 200% of normal. So if it stops right now and doesn't continue the rest of the winter, we're going to be not so happy. But if it continues on, it's going to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could be, but so if you want to know where we're at and when we're there, go to our Instagram account, because generally speaking, you'll see pictures. You don't look at that so much. You can and like them, right? That could be of an old trip, but when we're on the story and we're talking about where we're at, that's going to tell you. So we're at this gas station, we're at this time period. Like, we get a lot of comments saying, "Oh, so you're close to my house. Can I come by?" And it's like, no, that was 3 months ago.
That was the video that took 30 hours to
Right.
edit.
But
and it's releasing
we're
4
doing a
weeks
lot
later.
more as we ride
But
stuff.
I'm just saying, so as if you want to kind of see where we're at, the story section is where you're going to find the most relevant, timely where we are.
Right.
You know, so follow the Instagram account.
Let's see. Any local events in Southern California? I was going to go to Chopper Fest on Sunday, but it got postponed because of rain.
Did it get postponed?
It did. February something. At least that's what I saw online.
I mean, we'll probably do Born Free.
Yep.
We'll probably do the
Born Free was great.
We missed Born Free Texas.
Yep. Oh, Russell Parker's in the house. What's up, Russell? Thanks for tuning in.
Russell.
We met him on our Kentucky run. We're in Cave City, and he rode 150 miles from his place,
Indiana. Yep.
just in hopes of seeing us, and he did. He came walking into the hotel. I'm like, "Who's this guy wearing 2LaneLife gloves?" And then hung
And
out
he had
with
a
us.
2LaneLife shirt on.
He did. Good
It was
man.
nice to meet you, Russell.
When did we go to Zion recently?
We went through on our trip to.
On the way to page, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Trevor Crane says, when do we get to see the Zion National Park videos? That we were filming, right?
Yeah.
That
We
day?
did film.
Did we?
Yes.
Out to page? We might. I don't know. I know it was. I know we filmed like.
But
we
if not, we have plenty of Zion.
Yeah, we got some
National
Zion
Park.
stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
if we
Go to our
actually
YouTube
filmed
channel and you will
Right.
see
on
Zion.
day one heading out there, but you know. Oh, Sex Chat 69 says, "Find your love in U City." We have a lot of bots, I guess now. Yeah, Sprint Car Ace Matt said Shasta has been hit hard with rain and snow this past week. The lake is far below capacity, so hopefully they get
Yes.
some more up on there.
Hopefully.
I missed. Neil DeWitt says, "I missed your rain gear part. I'll go back, but I'll say this: Harley rain gear, in my opinion, stinks. I'm always wet. I found a cheap set that's on 5 years."
Well, we have the Thrash and Rain
Yep,
pants and jacket. The Harley boot, 100% the best boot cover that I've tried.
Yep.
If you have the Harley insulated gear, I've had no problem with that. The thrashing gear is great.
I just got I got probably one of the best Josh Brown comments.
Okay,
Should I run them off? Okay, let's see. Josh Brown is the type of guy to say your mom excessively. Josh always says, "You know what I mean," when we don't know what he means. Josh is the guy talking loudly while using a Bluetooth. Josh Brown is the type of guy who replies to Sex Chat 69. Let's see here.
I want to actually see what Josh Brown looks like.
Josh Brown is the type
It's
of guy
not
to
Josh
put
Brown.
calls on
It's
speakerphone in public places.
No, not the guy doing the comments. I want to hear the guy he's commenting
Yep.
on.
Josh Brown wants a drink of
just-
water while watching the
I wanna
movie
see-
Titanic.
No, you want to see the guy making the comment.
Josh Brown orders
I wanna see
white
both.
wine at a
Are
dive
they
bar.
friends?
Josh
No,
Brown
this
is the
just-
type of guy to smoke your last cigarette. That's messed
Whoa.
up. Josh Brown is the type of guy to make a face after taking a shot. Yeah, big time. Josh yells fire in a movie theater when watching the movie Towering Inferno.
What's
is
his
it?
name again?
Josh Brown's shipping address is definitely in Cincinnati, Ohio.
What's his name again?
Josh Brown is the type of guy
Stop
not
it.
to watch a
ADD,
movie you
stop.
recommended. Well, it was Archon 13, and now everyone else is
Now
joining in.
everyone.
Like this is a mix of people. And then, something light. James Latoff says, "I just love this show every week. Thank you so much for putting this thing on. Thank you guys for watching."
Yes, thank you all. We're going to sign off now.
We're gonna
Josh
go
Brown
have
is the
a
type
little
of guy to buy
Christmas
Amazon
party.
parts for his bike. We don't like that guy. Buy him from 2LaneLife.com, baby. Come on.
Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions about rain gear, hit us up, man.
What
We'll
do they
answer
need
it.
to do?
They need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our website, because you're going to find out where we're going, what we're doing, what's on sale, what we have in our store, everything you need. And like I say, there's a phone number there. If you need to call and ask about something, we're going to answer the phone.
And we do a couple email blasts a week.
Yeah.
Featuring
one right now.
What? We've been doing 2, Wednesday and Friday.
So in those email blasts, there's valuable information, and our blog on our website is awesome. It's very cool. It's got stories and cool things. So do that. Tell your friends to do that. Watch our videos. We love you all.
Check out the Page series. Check out the Matt Laidlaw series. You're going to love it.
Matt Laidlaw, you guys over there at Laidlaw.
Thanks, boys.
Dig you.
We dig you. Yeah. So 5:07, 5:08 p.m. signing off.
We're going to go eat
And
a
by the
steak
way,
dinner.
we may have a fueling air filter giveaway.
Whoa.
Yes. So we have some giveaways coming.
We got
this year.
giveaways too.
So we're going to go with our wives, the 3 of us and our wives, and we're going to have steak dinners. We're going to celebrate the year that we've had and have some fun.
Josh Brown would say, "You have a giveaway, so do I."
So, hey, we will see you down
the road. And I'm signing off with one more Josh Brown comment. Josh Brown is the type of guy to lose a gift you got him.
Wow.
Rough. All right. We'll see you down the road.
Later.